Hi, people who are coming in.
Hey, everybody.
We're getting technically situated.
Yes, we are.
Cleaning off our glasses.
Yes, sir. I mean, she's a man in real life. I just told all your business.
Y'all know I'm packing heat. Can you imagine? That would have been a really good kept secret all these years.
Right? No.
That I'm a man.
How many
baby.
seconds?
30 seconds, Jimmy says.
Okay, Jimmy.
We're about to come in. Those of you who've joined, you can't see who you are.
Who's there? Who's out there? Say your name, say your name.
Introducing the one, the only
Candy. Unwrap that candy, baby.
Take you to the candy shop.
I taste just like candy.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Ask for Candy, where we talk about healing, self-care, love, sex, relationships, and what it takes to be amazing on the daily. Who I am Candace Harper, lovecoach.com, honey. And my purpose in life and with this podcast is to create healthy romantic relationships all around the world. And I'm starting right here in Teaneck, New Jersey. Right here in Teaneck, New Jersey at the Celebrities Boutique at 362 Cedar Lane. Celebrities Boutique is where everyone can look like a star and where you can afford to feel rich and famous. And I am here with my co-host and owner of Celebrities Boutique, Miss Anika Celebrities Bell.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, darling.
I'm Anika Bell, and my purpose in life with this podcast is to be of assistance to women. I am a makeup artist and a fashion stylist, and my goal is to ensure that your insides feel as good as your outside looks.
Yay!
Woohoo!
Right, we all deserve that. So,
Yes.
right? Yes,
Right, I
yes, we
guess.
do. We deserve it. So shout out to Armed Radio and all the peeps all around the world who are listening in. And those of you who, you want to check out the replays and know how to just follow us and stick with us, and you want to listen to the show with music and funny outtakes, etc., subscribe to Ask for Candy on Anchor. Also subscribe to us on YouTube, because I put these videos edited with music, all that good stuff, later on the YouTube. If you're busy on a Monday night, you'll never miss us. And for those of you who are here with us on Facebook, ready to say hi. I see Shariah saying, hi, Miss Candace. Hi, my sweetheart. And Shanton has joined us. And our Maria Ellison has joined us. Hi, my love. For those of you who are here, you know that you are invited to be in this conversation. You're invited to tell us your thoughts,
Yes.
to ask questions,
Please do.
right? To participate.
Very
And-
interactive.
Right?
Yes.
It's a very interactive situation. If you're shy and you don't want to jump into the conversation and you're feeling like you want to just hang back a little bit, but you do want to get our take on things, you can email us at askforcandypodcast@gmail.com, and we will look over those emails and talk about them at a later show.
Sounds good.
Right? It's good
Yes.
stuff. So this is the time on the show when we share. Those of you out there, we've already done our proper sharing, although I could probably share. You know what? I could share to the group as well. Let me do that real quick.
Okay.
So share to your groups, share to your pages, your whatever you like to share to, for anybody who might want to get in on this juicy conversation. Anika and I love to have conversations, by the way. We
Yes,
love to
we
keep
do.
growing and expanding. Those of you who've been listening, you know that I'm a relationship coach, a growth workshop facilitator, and a professional matchmaker. And I'm here to teach and inspire radical self-acceptance in myself and in others so that we can all have our best possible love life. And my Anika is here. What are you here for, my darling?
I am the owner of several businesses. I'm a
right.
mother, I'm a wife, and an inspirational speaker. I'm a professor as well. I teach business and marketing. I'm here to educate and inject you with my learned knowledge and how to manage all of the areas in your life and be successful while doing so.
I love it. And that's why this is a conversation, honey, right?
Yes,
We're
it
not
is.
here to hand down a bunch of dating and relationship rules or rights and wrongs. We're not here to shame anybody's love situation. Our only intention is to create audacious intimacy, stylishly seductive singlehoods, and healthy relationships. So tonight and every Monday night, we're going to do what it is we do, which is have conversations that engage, educate, and or enlighten all of us in the areas of love, self-love, sex, relationships, and vibrating high.
Woohoo!
And tonight, I feel like we have a little bit of a sad thing to acknowledge, right?
Yes, we must. We have to.
Yeah.
Right?
So his basketball nickname was the Black Mamba, right?
That's what it was.
We were talking earlier. I'm not that big of a basketball fan or a basketball follower, but I'm sure most of you have heard about Kobe Bryant and his young daughter Gianna, and all the people that were on that helicopter crash. And Nika and I were talking about it earlier, and how many lives that he affected just being a role model.
Yes.
What were some things you were saying, Anika?
Well, what I was saying was, even like she said, she's not into basketball like that, but she was also impacted by the death. And I was sharing with her that every morning, one of the things that I do, I pray. And I always ask God for me to be more impactful than impressive, because as I stated, I am a fashion stylist. I love fashion, but what good is it if I'm just being impressive and not impactful? So that is one of my main reasons for living, for the decisions that I've made in my life. Yeah. I want to be impactful, and I watched how impactful he was.
Yeah.
And then my daughter, being 16, called me crying. She's the one that told me about it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, Madison, how do you feel that you don't see him playing? She said, well, Mommy, I never saw him play. He stopped playing before I even started watching basketball. So that just shows how impactful he was, that she knew about him. She cried for him, and she never even watched him play.
Wow.
That is some kind of impact.
To have.
Yeah, so that is my goal,
right?
In life. Yes.
And it's so purposeful. Like, we want to have that kind of like global reach when you can. And I think that the thing that the reason he was able to be so impactful, and like you were talking about, when you fulfilled your purpose, and it's your time. But, that idea of, if I'm just in my purpose and I know what I'm to be doing, and, I heed my desires, my talents, and what I'm good at, and I just focus on doing that. And I'm not saying he was perfect. A lot of people, there's debate online or whatever. None of that matters at this point. But, just that focus on, this is what I know I'm here to do.
Yes.
And that's what impacts other people. You may not be a famous person on some global scale, but, I think it is a reminder that, we don't know how long we're going to be here.
We don't.
Right? And why it's so important to just really, I always say live out loud, but just live into who you are.
Live into who you are. And
right?
like I was telling you earlier, I have a do not resuscitate.
Yeah,
right?
You did say that.
And the reason why, and my husband hates it, and I understand, but the reason why I have the do not resuscitate is because I live every day as if it's my last already. Yeah. I do everything that I want to do. There's, I went bungee jumping. I would never do it again, but it was something I did. I went in the military. Do I want to go back? No, but those are all the things that I did because I wanted to know how it felt. And I don't like that feeling of, I wonder how it would be if I, ...
Yeah,
just go ahead and do it. Yeah. So what if you lose money? So what?
Right.
Just do it. Yeah. Live your life.
Absolutely.
Tomorrow's not promised. And the tragedy that happened on yesterday is proof.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's also, like we were talking about too, further impact that, daughters and daddies can just, appreciate each other a little bit more. And out of every tragedy, there does come some sort of, something, not to silver lining it. I tend to silver lining things, but out of every tragedy, there does come something good. And the something good here is how many daddies and daughters around the world now appreciate each other a little more,
girl.
Care about each other a little bit more, and family in general. Like the people that we love, we never know.
It's
when
true.
It's going to be their last moment.
Yeah. Isn't that something?
Well, rest in peace.
Yes.
Everybody who was on that helicopter, Kobe, right? Gianna, and everyone else. All
right. Oh, that was crazy, and that was not playing.
That was not playing.
Wow. Okay, I'm just gonna stop hanging out with you. Right.
We're back in it. We're back in the fun.
We're back.
Now it's time to talk about our daily amazingness.
Okay.
You want to
go?
You go first. Because you had an amazing thing. Do you want to talk about that?
Okay, let's talk about it.
Yeah. You had
all right. So if you tuned in last week, so this is why it's important. Just like I tell my students, you miss a day, you miss a lot, right? But if you missed last week, what I said was, one of my amazingness was my husband called a fast. And so he called a fast for us to fast for this new business and also just for our family. So this yesterday we completed our fast, and I prayed during the week. We prayed for my business, and one of the things that I wanted was for my painting company, which we don't talk about here on the podcast. I wanted to get receive government contracts. I wanted to be able to bid on them. And after the fast, sure enough, today, 24 hours later, I received the email stating that my business is MWBE, which is Minority Women Business Enterprise. It is certified now to receive government contracts. So I'm just so grateful, right? That's a big deal. So I'm just so grateful, for my husband to call that fast. So yes, that was definitely amazing.
I love it. Faith manifestation. I love it.
Yes, girl. Yes.
So for me, daily amazingness this week, I didn't have anything that was like over the top to celebrate, but I have to say, last week I was talking about, getting over whatever that ick that was that I had for those couple of weeks. And this week, first of all, you guys know that I haven't been a matchmaker for Talkify for very long. One of the things that was like kind of overwhelming me, making me a little scared, is that I hadn't actually cracked the code of understanding the software and everything that I had to do technically, the logistics. I'm a great matchmaker. I know how to talk to people about their love lives, put people together. But, I'm Generation X. All this tech stuff, we did not have this stuff growing up.
At all.
Right? So for everything, I feel like everything we do now professionally, you have to have some level of technical know-how.
Yes.
And with this in particular, for me, it felt like a really high level. So one of the things that I did this week for my daily amazingness is I made a vow to spend at least an hour to 2 hours every day just doing what I needed to do as far as the job is concerned and learning the software, learning the tech. And now I feel like I'm like,
good, I love it.
Expert at it. You remember, I was like,
she was so stressed out.
So stressed out.
So I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Okay. We try not to talk until we get on live so that we'll have something to talk about when we get here. So sometimes I'm hearing things for the first time just like you are. So yes.
It's good.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Mama.
I look forward to your future with Talkify.
Right? It's looking good.
It.
I got like a bunch of new clients that I have to match. And also those of you who are out there watching, if you're single, know that I'm going to be hitting you up to be my recruitment. Meaning that I will send you out on dates with clients, and you don't have to pay any fee or anything like that. I will just send you out on dates.
Yes.
The good people. Those of y'all who out there ain't doing nothing, don't even...
Right. Don't even think about it. Be like, I'm just going to go out so I can get something to eat.
Exactly.
Right. No, we're not doing that.
We're not doing that. No, you got to be, somebody who's about it.
Right.
And who do we have coming in? We got Jen, we got Troy, we got Shanton.
Hey,
Shanton
Shanton.
says, hey, ladies. And Shirai says, yes, I miss your mentoring and opinion. Oh, honey. Well, you can get my opinions anytime. They're free, and I give them out very willingly.
Right.
And Vincent. So now, what's going on your thing? Because I don't see your people.
Oh, I don't know.
It should be, we're trying to get this sharing thing together.
If there's
anybody out there who has, a deep understanding, maybe you should start.
That.
Maybe you should. I don't know. That's on your page now, but maybe you should start a watch party.
Let's see. I don't know.
Let's see what happens.
We're
trying. If you're out there and you have a handle on how this tech stuff works, you just joined. So
I do need the watch party.
I don't know that you need it. Let's see what happens, because they might have more of your people come in. See, now one of your people came in.
Oh, wow.
I love it.
Okay.
We're trying to marry it so that everybody can be in the conversation together.
Right. I apologize to my people for not pressing the watch party earlier, so you kind of missed the introduction, but you can always press replay
and
or
see
go
it on
to
your
YouTube.
Page.
And see it on my page.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of different avenues that you can watch the replay. I apologize. Yes.
Oh, honey. Well, it's not your fault. I told you not to do a watch party. I was
right. I told you. But come on, let's move on. We're not even going to talk about that.
But I see my Zaria, my daughter, just joined, my baby. I will call you back. I owe you a phone call. Anyway, tonight we're going to be talking about
defining sexiness over 40.
Right.
So if you're over 40, we definitely want to hear from you, please.
Right. And if you're under 40, step out of there. I'm kidding.
You can stay. You'll be 40.
Right?
You'll be 40.
It's coming. It's coming. So, get ready for it.
Ooh,
so we want to talk about what sexiness means after you've been through some things.
Oh, God.
Yes. And a lot of us have been through some things. And I wrote down a little list of things that I thought of, not just the history of our relationships, but having babies, losing babies, divorces, illnesses, wellnesses, STDs, hormonal changes. The body in a lifetime, an adult lifetime, can go through a lot of different things. But we want to talk about why that is a part of our lives that we don't have to give up on.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Now, if you're somebody who, and here's the thing, no judgment. If you're somebody who is in, middle-aged or older, and you're like, I've shut it down, I have no interest in opening it back up, I invite you to just stay for the conversation and just kind of see whether that is a story because you feel like you're protecting yourself from something. It's just an invitation. If not, it's not. For some people, it's just like, I'm done.
Right.
Especially, if you have a lot of kids or whatever.
Like,
if you're done, you're done. But if you're somebody who it's a protective mechanism and you're just kind of shutting it down because you feel like it's not going to work, I feel like this is a good conversation to be in for that sort of thing.
I love it.
Right?
I'm ready.
All right. So now I want to start us off sort of with a basis of, I found an article on Psychology Today by a Michael Castleman. And so he was just talking about some of the changes that we go through. And so we'll start that as the foundation of the conversation.
Okay.
And
Sounds
then
good.
you guys can participate with your thoughts about your own experiences, your sexual experiences over 40, and what has it been for you if you want to share that. I'm going to be sharing somewhat.
Oh, God. I'm looking forward to it.
You're welcome to share what you want to. I know you're a married lady, and sometimes, you can't give up everything because then you don't want to be telling somebody else's business.
Okay.
But, whatever you feel comfortable with. But here's what Michael Castleman said. Upsetting as sexual changes after 40 may be, he says they make evolutionary sense, of course. We all know that. The biological purpose of life is to produce life. And as women leave their reproductive years, even that sentence.
Right.
Women,
we leave it.
We leave our reproductive years. Yes, we do. As we leave our reproductive years, there's no longer an evolutionary imperative to continue reproductive sex, i.e. intercourse, right? So we don't have to be doing those things if we don't choose to, but a lot of us still want to.
Right.
So there's no biological reason to make it comfortable through continued production of natural vaginal lubrication. That's why a lot of us dry right up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. And
Woo.
I think that can also be an emotional thing because I've had that with, as an emotional thing where I was in a bad relationship. So then all of a sudden it just the well ran dry.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've heard. I've never experienced, thank God.
No. Praise Jesus.
Praise
Yeah.
the Lord.
But yeah, for the most part, as women, we become perimenopausal and menopausal, lubrication is required.
Right.
And then he says, meanwhile, men can father children into old age, but until fairly recently in our species' evolution, few men lived beyond 40 and even fewer fathered children later in life. So as a result, there was no evolutionary reason to preserve reproduction function past that age. So biologically, older men who no longer father children don't need intercourse or the firm erections that make it possible.
Wow.
So, while we're out there getting dry, the men are out there getting soft.
Wow. Over 40.
Over 40.
Wow.
That's what he's saying starts to happen. Now, here's the thing about all of this. Wait, let me finish it and then I'll tell you my little caveat. He says, but these days, as age-related sexual changes occur, most older couples keep trying to have intercourse. Lubricants and erection drugs usually help for a while. That's Michael Castleman. That was just an excerpt. You can go to Psychology Today if you want to read the whole article. But I want to say this as a caveat because, and Anika and she teases me all the time about how you speak life into your life and how you speak, the words we speak is what creates in our life. And I think it's very important, to monitor our beliefs in the sense that what we just read is data. It's scientific data, it's true on a scientific level in that, they have test, what do they call them? When they're testing a experimental number of people, a certain number of people. But it's not prophecy. It's not the rule of life. It doesn't have to be everyone's experience. It just explains what a lot of us may be experiencing with some level of scientific predictability.
Right.
Right. Okay. So if you start to experience certain things that seem like they're, ruining your sexual experience or ruining your fun, you don't want to go into this place where, and it's not easy to do, but you don't want to go into a place where you're like, oh, here it goes.
Right.
Now I'm dry.
And that's
it.
crazy. Wow.
Right? Or even for men, you don't want to be like, oh, now, my dick won't get hard. That's going to be it. Let me throw in the towel.
Right.
Because you can also, with that thinking and with that believing, you can also, manifest your own bad experience, your own negative experience. Like, I'm soft dick man now. You know what I mean?
Right. That is crazy.
Or
no,
I'm dry. I'm dry now.
Right, but do you think that if you preserve yourself, would that work, or is it just age?
Well, here's the thing. I mean, I did a little bit of research around it, and over the years, I'm somebody who's always looking into, how do I preserve health and youth and all that stuff for myself. I'm a firm believer in, that it's not about avoiding the things that happen with age, but it is about doing good things for yourself so that you can prolong your wellness and your youthfulness.
Okay.
So rather than it being a thing where, let me fight age by doing this and this and this, but let me just prolong youthfulness. Let me eat foods that make me feel good as opposed to foods that make me feel bad or feel aged. I'm not saying I follow this rule all the time.
Right, of
because
course
sugar
not.
makes me feel like crap, and it also makes me feel like wrinkly. Like I feel like I look more wrinkly if I eat sugar.
Gotcha.
But I know that I'm eating too much when I start to have those, that kind of symptoms.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Wow.
so I think it's really just about finding the things that make you feel good and increase your longevity, right?
Wow.
And, we're going to talk about, I have a little list of some other things that we can do that can help maintain. But I want us to get into, what are your thoughts about it? Like the whole sexiness after 40 thing. And you guys too be thinking.
Those are the questions to answer?
These are the questions to answer. And I want you guys to answer them too. So be thinking, what are your
All right,
thoughts
so
about
what are your
sexiness?
thoughts about sexiness after age 40?
Yeah.
Well, because I am over the age of 40, I feel that because sexiness to me comes with you knowing who you are, self-confidence,
Yes.
right? So sexiness does not mean that you have to be skinny. Sexiness to me means that you don't have to be a certain complexion or any of those things. It's how you feel about you.
Yeah.
Right? So sometimes my husband would catch me looking at myself in the mirror, complimenting myself. He's just like, you get on my nerves. But I feel sexiness with clothes on and with clothes off.
Yeah.
I feel sexy. Sexy to me is just a way of life. I don't know if that makes sense.
I love that.
You understand?
I do.
So I don't need, it's good to hear him compliment me, but I don't need it.
Yeah.
Because I do it for myself.
Got you.
Sexiness to me is me getting my education. So sexiness could be anything.
Yeah.
Sexiness doesn't mean to me body.
Yeah.
I don't
get
know.
that.
Does that make sense?
It absolutely 100% makes sense. Yeah.
I don't know. That's just my thing.
I think it does. And it also speaks to, what we focus on as far as as we're getting older. Because I'm somebody who, when I was younger, and we've talked about this before, I was raised that being pretty is the most important thing. And I don't think my mom did that intentionally.
Right.
But being pretty was the thing in my family. You wanted to be pretty.
Wow.
Also get your education, and that was important too. But, when in my younger years, probably 20s, 30s, until I started to see aging on myself, I really, unaware, thought that was what made me valuable.
Gotcha.
Was how pretty I looked, right?
Wow.
Yeah, so I feel for me, what it's been, I also feel in as women of color, in our culture, there's a lot around sexuality, but feeling sexy and thinking we're sexy is not usually the problem.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Right. That's
usually
true.
we know we have sexuality, and it's something that we can either use as a tool or, express or whatever. But the thing that I grapple with as far as sexiness over 40, and I agree with you that it's about confidence, is getting used to and okay with and accepting the changes that have happened and being okay with that. Because I can remember
So changes like what? What do you mean changes?
Wrinkles that show up and, gray hairs on your
Right.
and
all those things.
all those things.
Gotcha.
I can remember, okay, this is a very personal story, but I've always been a groomer of that area, and we're going to talk about that because I feel that's something we should continue well into, even if you're not having sex. The grooming.
But it also depends
on
your spouse or the person that you're with.
Well,
so grooming to you might be important, but maybe to some men they don't like
it
that.
Ungroomed.
Right. So you see, so that's another thing that we need to be aware of. I'll stop you right there.
Yeah.
Is because maybe we have to be reminded and ask the question.
Yeah.
Because that's being, like you think that that's a good thing, but maybe he's like, no, I don't want you to do that.
Well, I think there are different types of grooming. Like, I feel like it always... I'm a big believer in the care of the vagina and the care of it, right? So if you're a partner and even you prefer, like, bushy as you can be.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with bushy as you can be as long as you're doing whatever you need to do to maintain. It's like if you
maintain
have an
that
afro.
bushiness, right.
Right? Just because you have afro, you still going to condition it.
Right.
Make it look nice.
That's
right?
true. That is true. That is true.
For me, my preference was always like grooming. Either it was really low or it was waxed or like waxed with a landing strip, whatever.
Right.
Like I always liked that sort of, Euro grooming or whatever. And it wasn't until like, I don't know, there was like a small period of time where I didn't do it a little bit and then I did it and things looked different.
Right. Gotcha.
And so for me, the sexiness over 40 thing is, how do I still have that same level of love, that same level of appreciation for myself? Because like you were saying, it does take that self-confidence, that self-appreciation to be able to get with somebody else and have a good time.
Yes,
whip
definitely.
your clothes off and all of that stuff.
Yes.
So how do I still have that appreciation when I'm seeing things that are maybe sitting a little lower than they used to?
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
Not where they originally were. I think that's been one of the main things.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because I don't even think about it.
No?
I never thought about it. I mean, because
that's because you're still in your early 40s. I'm kidding.
No, so you think when I get late 40s and I'll be...
You might start seeing some change.
But see, for me, because I believe in plastic surgery, it's not a problem. So if I start to feel that I don't feel sexy, as far as physically, then I could just go get it done.
Yeah? Would you get like the vaginoplasty and things like that? Would you do that?
I mean, that is a little extra.
Extreme.
Like, really? I'm like, what?
They can like tighten up the lips.
Yeah, they do all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about maybe a breast lift or, things like that.
Yeah.
Maybe some liposuction.
Right.
But...
I think I might do. I would maybe do that.
Yeah, I mean, if it's going to make you, feel better.
Yeah.
Or more confident.
Right.
Whatever, just go and do it. Listen, you know me. I'm like, YOLO, you only live once. Shoot.
I'm trying right now. Well, for one thing, I can't afford plastic surgery right now. But what I'm trying to do right now is like, and I've always been kind of like, try to stay natural, not because it's any sort of moral judgment I have about not being natural, but just have always just wanted to believe that I would never have to. And then now that I see things that I could possibly do it to, I'm like,
like, think about it. Right.
Right. So you guys, I see. Hi, my Brandon who joined, and Alston,
here?
and Courtney who's joining in.
Hey,
what are they saying?
Aisha,
Michael, and
Fanta.
Hey, Fanta.
Looks
Hi,
were
honey.
never a thing in my home growing up.
Oh,
Great
wow.
Fanta, right?
Right,
I don't
that's
think my
good.
mother ever talked about looks.
Really?
Well, she used to always, say that you beautiful, but I think she had to
That's
say
good,
that
yeah.
because I was so dark. And you remember back in the days, dark wasn't in.
Yeah, yeah.
And you
Dark
got
is in
all
now.
the attention.
Right. Well, light skin ain't in no more. Like
At
my
all,
friend
honey.
said.
We done took over. Period.
Right? But that's good, though, that she did. I feel like, on a side note, that's a hard balance, I think, when it comes to mothers and daughters, to try to find how to relate with your daughter on looks and beauty and not give her some kind of complex. So I think it's great that your mother was able to infuse you with knowing that you're beautiful without having you feel like that is where your value lies.
Right. No.
Like if in my early 30s, late 20s, if beauty would have gone away, I probably would have lost my mind because I wouldn't have known, even though I was a smart person, I have a master's degree, I went to school, I had a career and all that stuff. But I probably wouldn't have known what to do with myself for a long time. I would have had to figure some things out.
Right.
In a big way. Yeah.
Wow.
And I think that's what's happening for me now. Like, I don't feel like I'm unattractive by any means. Like, I'm at a point in my life where I'm like, I embrace everything about me, even the changes that are happening. Mm-hmm. But what it has done, it's inspired me to develop the other parts of my life. That are important, and to develop my relationships in a different way, in a much deeper way. Right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And life and stuff like that.
I know, right? So much.
Alston says, "Hello, ladies. Hello,
Hey,
Alston. What's the
So
watch
what
party?
are some things that you find sexy? Oh, you said the watch party?
Yeah, what are they saying?
Oh,
about
they
it?
just waving. Janet
Are they-
says, hey.
Hey,
Aisha
Janet.
says, right. LOL. Hey, Aisha. Yes.
Okay.
So
Hi, ladies.
keep coming in, y'all. Keep
Right?
sharing.
We love you. So
questions. What are some things that you find sexy now that you didn't before? Some of the things that you find sexy. What about you guys? Come on, we want to hear from you as well.
Right?
But while they type, because they're typing, right?
Yes.
What are some of the things you find sexy?
Well, you mentioned it earlier because you were talking about like the confidence around, being smart and confidence around the things that you. So like we were talking last week about being sapiosexual.
Yes.
Like that's something that I've only started to find sexy within the last 10 years or so. I mean, well, let me not lie, because the person that I was with for like 13 years, he was studying to be a surgeon, so he was smart, but he didn't have a lot of common sense.
Gotcha.
So I didn't
Trust
require that back then. I didn't require someone who could be smart, witty, and also intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
But nowadays, and like what I was saying, that I'm not so focused on what I look like needing to be a certain thing. I'm very, very turned on by somebody who is quick-witted, and like really present in a conversation. Somebody who can like eye to eye you.
Got it.
And get what you're saying and like can come back with stuff and like you can really mix it up in that way. To me, that's like, woo.
Sexy.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. That's funny.
Like just, that eye contact thing. Like a man who can give you that good eye contact and it's not just sexual.
Gotcha.
Like can actually have a deep conversation with you and not, get weird. Or not like be thrown off by it, or you know what I mean?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, very sexy. What about you? What's something that you find sexy now?
I think now what I find to be sexy is a man doing research, believe it or not. Why, right? That sounds
research
so
on
crazy.
You or research
no, just research, period.
Oh.
So I think that it's okay, let me stop.
I hope
It
Lorenzo's
used to be
listening.
annoying.
Lorenzo, you better be
He
looking
knows
up things.
if he's right.
Google
No,
it.
he does. But I think because of him, I find it to be sexy.
Yeah.
Right? And I learned that when we went to Italy for our honeymoon. I'm a person, I'm Nike, just do it. Like, let's do it. And my husband always did research, and I'm like, come on, stop.
Yeah.
Let's just step out. Let's just go and have fun.
Yeah.
You don't know how to have fun.
Yeah.
So we go, and he's like, you know what? I'm going to do it. Right? So that's the compromise. In marriage, you have to compromise. So he's like, you're that person, I'm this person. I'm going to see how it is on your side of the world, your side of life.
Yeah.
So we go all the way to Italy.
Like winging it. I'm just
winging it. Like, let's just wing it. What you got to do all that research for?
Right.
So we go all the way to Italy, and he's like, all right. So we got the hotel. All right. He's like, now what? I'm like, I don't know. First of all,
now what? I don't know.
oh God, he did no research because I asked him to do nothing. So I didn't know how much our money, is worth in Italy.
Yeah.
So I give them $100 and I get back $65. I'm like, oh hell no! Like no. He's like, see, we would have known that
Right.
if I would have done research. So now we're taking what they call the fast train to get from Milan to wherever we were going. They have the fast train, and we're sitting. He's like, all right, mister, just do it. What we gonna do now? I'm like, we gotta find a police. Because nobody spoke English. And he was like, he was so frustrated.
Yeah.
He's like, you see what I'm saying? It's important for us to do research before we, especially go into another country.
Yeah.
So now I'm
Y'all
like,
could have ended up in sex trafficking. Y'all
we could have ended up
anywhere.
dead.
Out in the middle of the field.
Because of me and let's go into it.
So what you're saying though, that sounds more like pre-planning and like, vetting life and stuff like
No,
that.
he researched everything.
Does he?
He just does. So
Yeah.
now I look forward to it.
Yeah,
So I don't
yeah.
have to really figure anything out.
So
I'll
anytime
just
you
ask
want to
him
go somewhere, he does. I like that too.
anything.
That's nice.
He knows everything. He
Yeah.
knows. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And now I just found it to be sexy because I don't have to do no work. I don't have to look anything
Right.
up. I don't have to go to Google. He'll do it for me. So
You
I'm like, all
surrendered
right.
to it. I love
Exactly.
it. Hey, that's sexy. I like that.
Thank you. Find you a man that research.
Does research, right? That's also really nice, I think, when you're first dating too.
Right.
Yeah, like I always, these guys know I complain a lot about my last relationship, but one thing that was really great about him is he always knew how to find great places to go and always planned our dates really, really well.
I love it.
And
See?
that's a very attractive, sexy. What's Aisha say?
Aisha says, I love everything about me. Only thing I want is smaller boobs. So here's how we're going to fix that, Aisha, if you're still watching. You are going to, she said, that's what I do.
She's the planner.
She's the planner. Okay, great. So what we're going to do, everybody, is Aisha. Aisha is a hairstylist. Go ahead, get your hair done from Aisha, and please fund her breast. That's what we're going to do.
Oh.
Right?
We're gonna go find her breasts.
We're going to find her breasts. But
Wait, she said she wants smaller.
she wants
ones?
smaller boobs.
Oh yeah, she might have back problems and things
All
like
that.
that. That's a good reason.
But
to
if
find her
everybody go
boobs.
and get their hair done, Aisha can get her boobs
Right,
done.
that's true. What does she do? Does she tell
She's
her
a
to write-
hairstylist.
But does she do like braids? Does she do weaves? Does she do natural?
She
Like,
does
tell her-
all
tell her-
that.
Does she?
She does all of that.
There you go.
There you go. So if you're looking to get your hair done, please
Go to
hit up
Aisha
Aisha.
so she can get her boobs
She's
taken care
mobile.
of.
She'll come to you. You don't even have to go to her.
Right.
All right, that's
I'll-
your plug, Aisha. She's loving it. Look, of course. Now we're getting a whole lot of hearts.
Right.
You,
Now you love us.
Right, now you love us. It's a hot mess.
Austin says.
Wait, connection available. Okay.
Did we lose connection?
I don't
a little
know.
bit? I think
But
we're okay.
Austin, thank you so much, Austin, for saying that.
Yeah.
That is so sexy.
Right. Trust.
It is.
It is.
And I was just telling my husband that the other day. I was like, I just feel, it wasn't you too.
Yeah.
I think I told him that me and you were talking when I said that I think that, being able to just go somewhere and not think, is my husband cheating?
Yes, we were
We
talking about
were
that last
talking
week.
about that.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
that's
walking
so-
in and he's not hiding the phone and things like that. Yes, we were
That
talking
is
about
sexy. Thank you, Austin. Trust is something else.
that. Right.
It feels so free.
But I feel like when it comes to the trust thing as well, and sometimes we sort of kind of override or overlook it. We don't necessarily is emotional safety. Like not just that I trust you that you're not going to cheat on me, but I feel emotionally safe with you. Like I can share who I am. I know you're not going to throw it back on my face.
Right.
I can be in a space of weakness, and I know you're going to be either a shoulder to cry on or somebody who knows how to leave me alone. Whatever it is that I need, that you're willing to not take my shit personally, that you're there for me in that way. I think that's a big, sexy trust thing too.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love that.
Like when you can trust somebody in that way as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Ooh, that's awesome. Thank you.
And Alston says that's what I had in mind, Ken. Yeah, I mean, the trust all the way around, the 360 levels of trust.
Yes.
Very, very important. Absolutely. I see. Let me
All
say hi to
right, let's
Darren
see.
and
Hey,
Benjamin.
Darren.
Benjamin, I used to go on she has a radio show as well. I don't know if they're still doing that show. And Jillian, Benjamin, shout out if you're still doing your radio show. And Maria, who I went to school. Hi, you guys. Hi, Walt.
Hey, everybody.
You
Thank
guys,
you for
can
tuning
be,
in.
right? Thank you for tuning in, and you can be participating in this conversation.
Yes, you can. Feel free.
Don't be scared.
Right.
We won't tell the people who you are. We
I
won't
promise
tell
you.
your
I
governments.
won't shout you out.
Right? So wait, we skipped over what is your
Oh.
emotional experience with sex after 40?
What is your emotional
We
experience?
might have touched on it a
Yeah,
little
we
bit.
did.
I mean, we talked about what we think is sexy now over 40.
Right.
But also I think there's the whole factor of for me, young sex, there were times when sex meant a lot and there were times where it didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And now for me, emotionally, I don't really have a lot of space or time for casual sex.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We're too old for that.
Right?
I'm like, we are too old for
Or,
that.
I mean, there are some people who are our age and older, and women who are just like, that's all I want to do because I don't
That's
want to be
true.
bothered with anybody.
That's true.
Like I'm independent.
That's fine.
I don't need anybody for anything else but that is what their story is. So, I'm not knocking that. I just feel like are you?
I'm like, I am. I think at a certain age, you just need to settle down, right?
Yeah.
So just settle down. I mean, okay, all right, forget it.
Settle
I mean,
down now.
unless you settle down at a very early age, the marriage ended, and now you're going out there sowing your oats because you never got a chance to. That's one thing, I guess, right? But if you're old, if you did it when you were younger, and now you're doing it now that you're older, come on, get over it. Because at some point, penis is penis, vagina is vagina. Like, I don't care. Yes, it comes a little bigger, smaller, whatever the case may be. But I ain't got time for all that. I'm
Right.
good.
It gets old.
It gets old.
Yeah. I was never a good casual sex person to begin with. Like, there were times where I had casual sex younger, but I was never good at it in the sense that oxytocin was just coursing through me. Like, I always felt like some level of attachment to anybody that I got naked with.
Right. Yes,
So
I
now
understand.
at this age, now I feel like I just don't have the bandwidth or the time for whatever chemical connection or, being naked with that person, caring what I look like naked with that person, or, wondering whether it's friends with benefits or if it's a thing or not. Even if we agree beforehand, it's just going to be casual sex, like, I just don't have the space.
I mean, I
for
guess
that.
growing up, I went through a phase where I had the space for it.
Yeah.
And then, it was just the time growing up. And that was, I was young.
Yeah.
You know, and so, I mean, do I have any regrets? No, because I understand that we all go through periods in life where we just do things.
Yeah.
And so, you know.
Plus,
but
I think
I
our
was
hearts are
young.
more elastic when we're young.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I promise you.
That bounce back.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Yes,
It's
definitely.
not-
And I
it's
think,
no
like
big
I
deal.
told you last week about me being a tomboy, so I felt like I was always, I understand men a little bit more.
Yeah.
So when they said, okay, this is what it is, and if I was down with it, I was down with it. But if they, you know, if I wanted a relationship, then if you were presenting me something that I wasn't into, then I would just say, no, thank you.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's that.
I don't know about y'all. They're enraptured in watching like TV. What's your people saying about it?
No,
Where's
this is rated R show, LOL.
Who said that?
Aisha.
I love
He
that
said
you
this
said,
is
I
rated
love that
R.
you said that, Aisha, because now we can talk about the whole thing around sexual shame.
Right. You said it just
We didn't
in
even
time.
get as filthy as we could have.
Right, okay.
And Anika
And
knows
it's-
me. She knows I'll say
She's
some bad
filthy.
words.
I'm not. Right. I'm not. That's why she said I wasn't
Like
rated R.
that.
I was rated PG. I didn't say anything.
Right.
God, that
Right. She says a rated R. Yes. If your children are still awake, give them their headphones and iPads, or put them to bed.
was tough. Right. 8:45.
8:45.
Oh, we got
The
speaking of
children-
8:45. It's 15 minutes.
I know,
All right.
right? Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Yeah.
So go. What are we doing?
So wait, what was the last thing? What are some things that you think people over 40 can do to maintain their sexy?
What are some things? I mean, we know exercise, eat right.
Yeah.
You know, read a book.
Yeah.
Keep your mind going.
Right.
I
I love that you say that about the keep your mind going. Like, keep your intellectual stimulation, because I think the main gist of what we're talking about here is as you get older, the sexual attraction really comes more from the inside than
Yes.
the outside.
Ooh, I was
Yeah.
talking about that today.
Were
Yep,
you?
Yep. My best friend, he was talking about that, how now he needs to be stimulated mentally before he even, you know, does anything. So it's not about sex.
Yeah.
Sex, how you look on the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's over.
Wow. I
mean,
love
it's not
that.
over, but
It's
it's
not
just-
over, but he's over 40 as well. Well, he just turned 40, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alston says, Candace, you came clean when we met.
Right.
I did. Alston, you got to tell me what that means. Because what? I showed you my bald head? I don't know what you mean.
I know.
When
You need to be clear, Alston. 'cause I'm
Right?
like,
You need
what
to
did
lay
you
that
say?
out.
Right. Don't be
Alston-
talking in riddles.
Alston was the creative director for the mahogany cards. Remember the mahogany
Yeah.
greeting cards? That's what Alston Green
All
did.
right, Austin, come through.
Right? I love those cards. So yeah, there's a lot of things that we can do over 40 to maintain our sexy. And like I
Okay.
said, I do think the gist of it is, you know, glowing from the inside out and really focusing more on that. However, I do think as far as the outside is concerned, we do all still want to be with somebody who smells nice
Yes.
and, you know, is looking their best and has made
Yes.
some sort of external effort.
Yes.
Right? So I wrote down some things that I think are going to be like tantamount
Okay.
to being able. And I'm going to rush through them because we have our new segment, Nika's Fave Thing this week. And we want to know what is your favorite piece, your favorite style piece this week. So I'm going to
All
run through
right.
these pretty
Come
quickly.
on, let's do it.
So first one, don't give up on genital grooming and maintenance.
Do not give up.
Don't give up. Like Nika was saying, you know, for some people it could be bushy. For some people it could be bald. Whatever your preference is, just don't give up on keeping that area. Even if you're not regular, I'm not regularly having sex right now, but I keep that area. I love on that area, whether that means, you know, cleaning and grooming or masturbation, whatever. Like I'm caring of that area, and I don't mind sharing.
Thank God for husbands. But go ahead. Next. Go ahead. Go.
Right? Finally, get over period shame and bodily function shame. We need to get over that and stop being in that story. Women are not dirty or filthy when they're having their period. I'm not encouraging anybody to have sex with someone on their period if that's not what you prefer. However, we got to stop as women and as men thinking that it's something that is shameful and dirty. And, you know, because we are in that phase where we're going through a change and the hormones are changing and stuff like that, as long as we stay in resistance to those bodily changes and treat them like there's something awful, that also speaks to how we feel about ourselves and what comes from us. And we need to start embracing all that stuff. It's a natural process of life.
is.
It's all good. It's okay. It looks like what it looks like. It's how it is. And until we start really embracing that and loving that and stop shaming ourselves for it, you know, we'll always have that little bit of like, oh, this is too much. We want to
Right.
get over that. Don't drop your dental hygiene.
Here she goes.
This
Now,
is the thing.
Listen to
We're
this,
talking
y'all.
about.
Listen to this.
You first of all, you better be flossing, because I'm a big dental hygiene person. And there's one thing I will shame people for. You have got to floss those back teeth.
I've never heard that before. Who says that?
First of
You
all-
hear brushing your teeth. This
Yes.
one says, no, you need to floss your back teeth.
Floss
So,
the back teeth.
floss your back
Then
teeth.
brush
guys.
everything. Do it twice. Here's the thing. If you don't, that's where that bad breath comes from.
From your back teeth.
From those back teeth. And
But what
can
if your
tell
front tooth have a hole in it? So you're trying to say the bad breath comes from the back.
I'm not saying it can't come from the front. It can.
But for her experiences, obviously.
But generally, if you're maintaining good dental hygiene, usually people get the front because they only care about what people can see. But they'll miss out on those back teeth because then they're not thinking about what needs to happen back there, and that's why they get bad breath and their teeth don't look that bad in the front.
So what about your tongue?
You should brush your tongue as well.
My mother, if you came out that bathroom without brushing your tongue,
Yes.
you about to get a beating.
Because breath
Go
comes from
back in that
teeth.
bathroom and brush that tongue.
But what's unfortunate is a lot of older people who never did it and don't start doing it because as you get older, you have sometimes smells and scents from places that you didn't necessarily have before, and
That's
they're
true.
worse than they used to be.
That's
So
true.
if you're not, especially if you drink and those back teeth are in there floating, depending on what you eat.
The back teeth are floating?
I'm telling you, I have in the last few years, I have rejected dating men because I knew they weren't flossing those back teeth, and you can't.
Oh,
They're
Lord.
talking next to you, and you can see it's a specific smell, and you know when someone's not flossing those back teeth. I can be on my soapbox about this one, but I'm trying to hurry.
Oh, God.
Okay.
All right, go, because you're making us late.
All right, eat healthy and exercise, of course.
That is
Figure out
very
what healthy is
important.
for you, right?
Yes.
And move your body as much as you can. Let it be simply an outward expression of your feelings. So your
What that means.
your sex life with a partner or with yourself, think of it like you're expressing how you feel rather than a function of your body.
I don't
Like-
understand.
Like you love
Do
your
you guys
husband.
understand what she's saying? They said no.
Like
All
with
right,
your
go ahead.
husband. Think of it like
Okay.
this is how I'm showing love rather than this is a duty that I'm doing or this is just a function of my body.
Oh,
Like,
so I'm showing love by taking care of my body.
No,
Right.
by expressing sex. Like however you do sex,
Mm-hmm.
like whatever sex is for you, think of it as an expression of something, a creativity.
Okay.
So how do I express myself in a sexual way? Does that make sense?
No, but come on, let's move on.
I love that. Okay. All right. So the
I told
last
y'all
one-
we don't go over this beforehand.
Yeah.
I told you. Go
Don't
ahead.
stop practicing safe sex. Age is not a condom.
I promise you.
Yeah, like
No,
you
that's
can still get
serious.
Stuff. Yeah.
Adrian said yes.
Yes.
Somebody
So
said
that
you
also-
better. I can't see that.
Huh? I see Bridget. She says you'd better floss if you want to keep your teeth. Yes, that too, Elston.
Yes.
Absolutely want to keep those teeth.
Aisha says I'm big on that. She said smells. Oh God.
Yes.
And she says I understand. I do understand.
Right? You kind of floss
Mhm.
those
And
back
she
teeth.
likes you. She said I
Aw,
like her.
I like you too, Mama. I
Ah,
know it.
don't be trying to take my friend.
I'm taking. I gotta. Now
Do
listen.
not follow. No, let me
It's
stop.
time for our segment. Nika's
Oh.
favorite thing this week.
Oh, already?
Yeah, honey.
Okay,
We
so-
got minimum times. We gotta jump in.
For real?
Yeah.
All right, so we've decided to incorporate, as you guys know, we're here at 362 Cedar Lane at Celebrities Boutique.
Yes.
So in order for you to know some of the things that we have here in the store, every week I'm going to show you guys my favorite thing of the week. Feel free to purchase it. Let us know, inbox us, send the email, whatever you need to do if
Right.
you want to get this item.
And
So-
a lot is available on the website and in the store. Too,
Yes,
right? So-
yes, and we have some amazing things coming. Candace, you're amazing. Yeah, I might say. So today we're going to show you this. See this light? I don't know.
I don't know
Can you
if-
see it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
You can see it?
You can yeah.
So
you can
look
see
at
details.
the details, right? I can't see,
Oh,
but
it's so pretty. I love.
you
this
love
clutch.
it? So
Yeah.
this is a clutch. So let's talk about this clutch for a minute, okay? So the important thing about clutches is that it's convenient when you're going out, right? So this clutch, let me show you some of the details.
Detail.
God, I hate the way this light is. Well, you open it up and you flip it up, right? Okay, so now we have the insides, and then also it comes with the strap.
The shoulder strap.
The shoulder strap.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so what I love about clutches is because when you're dressed up and you have let's say an amazing dress or an amazing top, you don't need a big pocketbook. You need a little clutch to carry in your hand just like this, and it doesn't take up all that space.
Right.
Some outfits you just need something simple. So today we're going to feature, like I said, this clutch with some embellishment. So it's still an amazing item to have. We have the zipper right here,
Yeah.
right? And so the
That's a big
zipper, it can actually unzips. It unzips right here, and you can slip something in
Yes.
your little, cell phone or with some change
Metro
or
card.
your ID. Yes, right? It's amazing, and it's silver. I think we have another color, but I'm not 100% sure. But yes, so this is my amazing thing of the week. This amazing clutch.
I love
So
it.
feel free to purchase
Yeah.
and let me know. And it's
Yeah.
only $40 for those who want to know. Again, here it is up close if you can see it. That's it.
I always say my mantra when I'm walking out of the house: keys, money, lipstick, purse. I mean, not
Keys.
purse. Keys, money, lipstick, phone. So if I have
Keys,
those
money,
four
lipstick,
things,
phone. I
I
love
know
it.
I'll be fine.
I love it.
And that's a perfect clutch for those 4 things.
Yes.
Keys, money, lipstick, phone.
Keys, money, lipstick, phone.
Yep.
No ID.
Well, with money, I put like my IDs all in one thing.
Oh, okay. So keys, money, lipstick, phone.
Put all your ID and your cards and stuff in the same thing together.
Yes, and make it one.
And then it works.
I love it.
Right? I love it.
Woo!
Yay! Nika's fave thing of the week. All right. So what else? So we have upcoming events that we want to make sure you guys know about. Of course, there's this podcast every Monday night.
Every Monday
We
night.
haven't fully opened the doors for our 7 o'clock pre-happy hour just yet. Like, I feel like I haven't done a big push, but we were talking about the possibility of doing that when the weather gets better.
Yeah, I think that would be amazing.
Right?
Yes.
Like when it gets a little nicer, we'll have some wine, we'll be able to like interact and, do some connection beforehand. And then anybody who wants to be on the show with us and be part of the conversation will be able to do that.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll be fun, right?
That would be cool.
So we have that every Monday night. And then our upcoming events.
Mm-hmm.
Tell them about what we have coming up on February.
So, in February, we have the makeup and matchmaking party. What is that, you may ask, right? So, of course, makeup is, I'm going to teach you some different techniques to apply your makeup. We'll walk away with a full face. Okay, and then Candace here, as you know, she does matchmaking.
Yes.
So what are you going to do for the matchmaking segment?
I'm going to give you a matchmaking assessment. And if you want to, after your makeup is all done or whatever, you can be signed up for recruitment. So I might even be matching you with a client, depending on how that goes.
Yes. So we'll take pictures. If you can
Yeah.
see in the back, we have
Yes.
this amazing backdrop, and you'll take pictures, and you'll be matched. So
Right.
make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend, especially those who are single. And this is a great opportunity for you.
Right, absolutely. And if you are, you know what, for the people who aren't single, like come for the makeup, come get the full beat. And then also, I'm a relationship coach as well. So if there's anything that you kind of want to talk out and overcome and don't want to be judged for it, don't want to be shamed, and just want to, sometimes you just want to get some stuff off your chest.
Yes.
I'm going to be here for that as
That's
well.
true.
So,
Come on. Yeah, I forgot. I'm like, if you're single, no. We all, you know what?
Couple too.
That's what we need to talk about
What?
one week. Let's get some men's opinions about makeup.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Yes.
I think that would be a great segment. What do you guys think? Let us
Right?
know.
Men in makeup.
Men in
Do
makeup.
we really even need it?
Yes.
Because I'd rather just walk around without a stitch of it on. I know that you're a glamour doll.
I love makeup.
And you're good at it and all of that stuff. Me, I could easily just go. I mean, there used to be a time where I wouldn't leave the house without something on my face. But I could easily just go like barefaced these days.
Never. You'll never catch me.
You'll keep me in line as far as that's
Right.
concerned, right? So yeah, that's it, right? Where are we at? Okay, so you guys should know, like Nika was saying, I am a matchmaker for Talkify. Like I said, if you want to become one of my recruits, get on the roster, just let me know. Either you can send me a private message or you can comment here and just let me know. I will send you the link to sign up to apply, and we'll have a screening, we'll figure all that out. And maybe I'll match you with one of my clients. Also, my group coaching program, the Epic Intensive, for people who want to learn the skills for creating healthy relationships and use my 6 steps for transforming your inner landscape and letting go of toxicity and having the intimate, connected relationships you really want. That is available if you hit me up.
We forgot something.
What?
The new date.
And the new date for the Badass Business Class taught by Catrice
Tompkins from Texas. She's flying in just to give a business class. You want to be in the building, trust me.
Right? So we
Yes.
gotta get with Catrice and talk about exactly where
Next week we'll know the date.
Yes.
So
make
stay
sure
tuned
you
for
guys
that.
know. Stay
Yes.
tuned, and we'll even post it on this. So if you come back to this post, if you're on the Facebook,
Catrice is sending hearts. Yes, Catrice.
love you, Catrice.
Come to New York. Fly out.
Sister Catrice.
I
She
need
also
it. I
goes
need
live
it.
too as well.
Yes.
And we're gonna be
please.
better about showing up for her lives.
Yes, share. Go to Catrice Tompkins' page. She actually goes live. She does a lot of amazing things. So you definitely want to follow her. Not only is she my sister, but she is my best friend. So yes, I get a lot of my business what would you say?
Advice.
Business advice, business consultant, everything from my sister, because she was one of the first. She was the first person that I know that actually owned a business that was successful.
Wow.
So yeah, I definitely look up to her. So go follow Catrice Tompkins.
I love it.
Yes.
And if you're on the gram, on the Instagram,
God.
you can either get us at Ask for Candy Podcast,
Yes.
at Candy Love Coach,
Yes.
or
Celebrities Boutique. Oh, at Celebrities Boutique T-Neck.
yes,
I just changed the name for those of you that noticed. I changed the name because I'm decreeing and declaring that we'll have boutiques in other places. So this is Celebrities Boutique T-Neck.
yeah. And listen, all of you that are in New York, it's worth it to come across the bridge. I know it's when I lived in New York and didn't live in Jersey, it was very difficult to get me across the bridge. Stop it with that nonsense.
Right.
Because it's nice here, it's fun here. You
It
come,
is.
Come for our events, come just to socialize and hang out, and we have a really good time. And there's not, crowds of people pushing around and things like that. Just,
Right, and come out into the support. What is a
Right.
business without customers? It's not.
Right.
It's a hobby, right? And I'm not.
We're
It's
not
an
about
expensive
hobbies
hobby,
these
so
days.
come out and support Celebrities Boutique. Right.
Right.
I'm like,
Also, we're available for speaking engagements.
yes, we are.
Those of you out there who book that sort of thing, or you're looking for, powerful women to come and speak to your groups. When you're a professor, you teach marketing, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So.
Yep, marketing, business, whatever you need to know.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I teach healthy relationships and self-acceptance, so there's that. And then also shout out to the Ask for Candy podcast group. Please join the Ask for Candy podcast group. We're asking you guys to do a lot of things, but you know what? Once you do them, you only have to do them once, and then you're just part of the family.
I love it.
Right? Like all the
love
following
it,
and the
yes.
subscribing, you do it one time, you're part of the family, you know what's up, you know what we're doing, and you know when you want to come out and see us and when you want to be with us. All right, what
good.
else? Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and subscribe on Anchor, and leave us a comment either on this post or email us at askforcandypodcast@gmail.com. And like I said, you can send questions for me or our upcoming guests. We're gonna have guests soon.
Yes, we are.
And from Miss Anika here. And what else, honey? We got like
Let's
1 or
see.
2
We
minutes
have
left.
2 minutes. So I want to say, there was something that I wanted to say and now I can't remember. But I would shout out Tracy Nicole, who says, I love your neck piece, Nika. Thank you.
right?
Guess where I got it from? Girl, guess where? Thank you very much, Tracy Nicole. There was something you said and I wanted to say something and now I
Was it
can't
about our
remember.
topic?
You said, Nika, you teach business. What did you
Business-
ask me?
business
You
marketing,
teach
right?
marketing.
Yeah.
Right. And so let's rewind real quick because we have
Ooh, we have 30 seconds.
30
1
seconds.
minute. We have 1
We have
minute
1
with
minute.
Armed Radio.
Yes. So impact, right? Let's go back to impact real quick. When we were talking about Kobe Bryant.
Yes.
And I said the impact that he had on people.
Yes.
And I just wanted to share when you said, Professor, it triggered something because on Saturday when I went to go teach the class, a student stopped me at the elevator and she was like, Professor, oh my God, Professor, I just wanted to say thank you. And I said, for what? And she was like, because of your class, like I look at the news different now. I actually understand what they're talking about, and I'm like, because I told them, now that you have an education, your verbiage should change.
Yeah.
Right? And I wanted to teach them different things that I knew that they didn't know the definitions to.
Yeah.
And so we just went over certain things. And so hearing her thank me, and she's my age. She calls me professor, but she's my age.
Yeah.
And I felt good because I know that I'm impacting lives.
Absolutely.
Even by teaching,
Yeah,
And so I just
yeah.
wanted to share that when you said that because it is important. I want to leave us with that.
Yeah.
Be impactful.
Be impactful.
Show up with a purpose.
Right?
You know what I mean?
If for nothing else. be
If for nothing
impactful.
else.
Yeah.
Because although me and you go back and forth all the time, you are impacting my life. And I know
You're
that I'm
impacting
impacting
mine.
yours.
It's true. I love it. But you're absolutely right. And we never know, how we're going to impact somebody. We never know. We don't have control over that timing of it. But to have somebody come up and acknowledge that your sharing of yourself did that for
Yes.
their lives and you taught them something, it means everything. It's
It
what
does.
we're here for.
It made me feel really good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, Armed Radio people, I know you guys have to go ahead and go, which means we're going to be going with Facebook people soon. But until next time, Armed Radio people, never forget that you're a love machine. If you ever start to feel like you aren't getting the love you need, just make more and ask for candy.
Yes.
And we'll see you on radio, or you won't see us on radio people because you're on the audio.
Right.
But you'll hear us next week. And those of you on the Facebook, we can take a moment to say thank you to some people, like some
I
people
thank
that
you.
are a watch party.
Yes. So we want to say thank you to Jay West, Patricia Player, Ernest, Lorenzo Bell, my husband.
Aw.
Yes, Aisha again. We want to say
Aisha.
Tanya, Antoine Robinson. We want to say Mike Davis, Kim Ravenel. All the singers have
love
been
it.
tuned in. Olivia Thompson from my church, Julia Morocco, Gerald Green, Tracy Nicole, Clarence Houston. Come on, y'all. Y'all came in.
it,
Stephanie
right?
the Champs from my church, Catrice Tompkins. All right, y'all. Juetta, Monique, Janice, Gina, Troy, Tony. Y'all did y'all thing. Gianna,
Right.
we appreciate you. God, if I
Our
miss,
Fanta.
I can't keep going.
I know, right?
Fanta, Vivian, Carlton, Teresa, Jimmy, Gina, Dawn, Fanta again, Tiffany, Adelia, Craig. We thank you. We
And
thank
Ruth.
you. Ruth.
Hi, Ruth.
Hey, Ruth. We thank you guys. Rachel, go
Right.
ahead, real quick.
All right, so we got Catrice is over here too. Alston and Ed and
She's so slow, look.
Bridget, hi Bridget. Because Alston made comments. Darren, Maria, Benjamin, Jillian, Walt, Brandon, Courtney, Penny, Michael, Zaria, my
Yes.
sweet love, Vincent, Troy, Shanton, Michael, Jen. Hi everybody, Shariah, and Maria
Yes.
Ellison.
You don't even
Mwah,
understand
mwah,
that we
mwah.
really, 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 really appreciate you guys because you could have been doing anything. But you
Right.
chose to tune into us. So for that alone, we thank you.
We thank you and we love you.
Right. How do you end with them now? Be a love machine?
Until next time.
Oh.
Now, you get to say it this time.
All right, I'm going to say it. Until next time, never forget you are a love machine. If you ever start to feel like you aren't getting the love you need, just make more. And then ask for candy. That's candy.
Anika.
Do not ask
Bye, Facebook.
me. Bye, everybody. We see you next week.
Right, love.